1984 by George Orwell. Summary. 1984 is a dystopian novel by George Orwell, published in 1949, that explores a terrifying world of totalitarian control, surveillance, and repression. Set in the fictional superstate of Oceania, the story follows Winston Smith, a low-ranking member of the party who works at the Ministry of Truth, altering historical records to fit the regime's propaganda. Orwell's chilling vision of a future under an all-powerful government reveals themes of individuality, freedom, and the consequences of unchecked authoritarianism. Plot summary. 1. Life in Oceania and Winston's growing doubt. Winston lives in a society controlled by the party, led by Big Brother, a figurehead who embodies absolute authority. The party exercises total control over every aspect of life, including thought, through strict surveillance and manipulative language known as newspeak. People are taught to love Big Brother, and independent thought is punished as a thought crime. Winston begins to question the party's rule and secretly writes rebellious thoughts in a diary, which is a punishable offense. 2. Winston's forbidden romance with Julia. Winston develops a romantic relationship with Julia, a coworker who also harbors resentment toward the party. They meet secretly in a rented room where they feel free to express themselves without surveillance. Through Julia, Winston experiences love, desire, and a sense of individuality that contrasts with the party's repressive doctrines. Their relationship becomes a quiet act of rebellion, but both are aware that they risk severe punishment. 3. O'Brien and the illusion of rebellion. Winston believes he has found an ally in O'Brien, a high-ranking party member who hints at being part of a resistance movement known as the Brotherhood. Winston and Julia put their trust in O'Brien, hoping he can help them fight against the party. However, O'Brien is actually loyal to the party and orchestrates Winston and Julia's betrayal. This deception illustrates the futility of rebellion under a totalitarian regime. 4. Torture and re-education at the Ministry of Love. Winston is arrested and taken to the Ministry of Love, where O'Brien personally oversees his re-education. He is subjected to intense psychological and physical torture aimed at breaking his will and reshaping his loyalty toward Big Brother. In Room 101, Winston faces his worst fear, a cage of rats, leading him to betray Julia, showing that the party can manipulate even the deepest human bonds. 5. Winston's final submission to Big Brother. After his release, Winston is a broken man, having fully accepted the party's control. His individuality, love for Julia, and capacity for independent thought have been erased. In the chilling conclusion, he surrenders completely, realizing that he genuinely loves Big Brother, symbolizing the party's ultimate victory over the human spirit. Key themes. 1. Totalitarianism and absolute power. Orwell portrays a world where the government has absolute control over its citizens, erasing freedom, truth, and individuality. Big Brother's omnipresent image reflects the power of propaganda and surveillance in maintaining totalitarian rule. 2. The manipulation of truth. Through the Ministry of Truth, the party constantly rewrites history, erasing evidence of the past and altering facts to suit its agenda. The concept of doublethink, holding contradictory beliefs, highlights how language and information can be manipulated to control thought. 3. The destruction of individuality. The party's repression aims to strip people of their sense of self and reduce them to obedient tools of the regime. Winston's journey from rebellion to submission exemplifies the struggle between individuality and conformity. 4. The loss of human connection. Winston and Julia's romance is a brief, doomed escape from the party's control. Their relationship reveals the fragility of human connections under oppression and underscores how totalitarian systems attempt to destroy personal bonds. Conclusion. 1984, by George Orwell, is a powerful warning about the dangers of authoritarianism, censorship, and the erosion of individual freedom. Through Winston's tragic story, Orwell critiques the mechanisms of control that crush human spirit, expression, and thought. The novel's chilling vision of a society in which truth is relative, individuality is suppressed, and love for the party is absolute has made it one of the most influential cautionary tales in modern literature.